From the over 300 free games released on the Android and iOS last May, we've narrowed it down to the top 10 free mobile games arranged by play scores. You can find the complete list on our website whattoplay.com, link on the description box below. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Number 10, Jade Sword. There are plenty of MMORPGs out there, and this month our main distraction is Jade Sword, a graphically beautiful MMO set in a fairyland that's filled to brim with gorgeous oriental aesthetics. While it has an abundance of bosses to bring down and loot to collect, what makes this game different is its quest to find love. Unlike most MMOs, love is also a central part of the gameplay, offering lots of features for players who found the love of their online lives. Set up the wedding ceremonies, have babies, and basically ride into the eastern sunset with your new boo. It has a gamer score of 9.19. Number 9, DOP Draw One Part. Don't let this game's simplistic graphics deceive you. At the heart of it lies a deeply entertaining puzzler that you can either breeze through or leave you scratching your head. As the title suggests, all you have to do is draw one part, completing the 2D pictures and making it through the level. While the first few levels are easy enough, there will be a few that will test how well you know about the ordinary objects around us. As always with free games, there may be a few ads to sit through, but they're sparse enough to still enjoy the game's over 200 levels. It receives a gamer score of 9.19. 8. Dynasty Heroes Legend of Samkook. For more games with that definitive Asian flavor, Dynasty Heroes is a tactical RPG which explores the themes of the classic romance of the Three Kingdoms. Here you can rewrite the sands of time with a range of heroes and characters from the historical text. You can also create your team of warriors, equip yourself with the most appropriate weapons, and use your tactical wits to hit enemies with the best possible combos.
Puppet Master!
It's a highly satisfying adventure. Knock down the walls of each kingdom in this game with a gamer score of 9.19. Number 7, Katana Master. Wield the power of the katana in this new casual action game, although there isn't really much actual fighting. As you face opponents in increasingly difficult levels, you only have the power of timing at your disposal. Time your taps for the optimum level of attack and watch it unfold in powerful multi-hit attacks. You'll also have some power-ups at the side too, which you can avail for a few seconds of ads. These come in very handy as you go through the bosses, which from the beginning will be difficult to beat without them. It gets a gamer score of 9.26. Number 6, Stick Super Hero. Now for some actual fighting. Though it might not actually be that big of an upgrade in terms of graphics from the last game, but this time you'll actually be involved in some action. Playing as stick figures dressed in superhero costumes, fight your way through the varying game modes. Whether it's the story mode, which pits you against increasingly harder heroes, or versus mode to test your skills against real-life reflexes, it's gonna be all fun, landing punches, timing blocks, and releasing your kraken of an ult. Packed with comic book aesthetics and lots of microtransactions, it has a gamer score of 9.37. Did you know? Your reviews can influence the play score. So register now at whattoplay.com and start reviewing some games. Link on the description box below. Entering our top 5, My Cat Attract Wealth. There's something fishy going on here. Despite having pretty much the same basic mechanics and presentation, I promise the past 2 games have not been from the same developer. But in any case, of the 2, it's this one that seems more forgivable. But only because of the mere fact that it's all about cats, and boy, they are cute! Seeming like a play on the famous Japanese lucky cat icon, keep merging cats and be rewarded with a face of a brand new adorable cat. It receives a gamer score of 9.38. Number 4, Zombie Sweeper Minesweeper Action Puzzle. Our next game has a bit more heft than our other games. Putting a bit more effort into flair, this next game puts an undead twist to the Minesweeper formula. Tap carefully on their grid of boxes to find the zombies and deploy the special task forces to bring them down. The simplicity of the original game is of course still there, but the fresh cartoon makeover does make it that much more enjoyable to play. Taking Minesweeper from the grave and giving it a new look, it gets a gamer score of 9.39. Number 3, City of Desire. In the City of Desire, there is only one rule: rule it. Here you'll be able to fulfill your wildest power-tripping dreams, and not only do you get to exercise power over most parts of the city as the mayor of the city, you'll also get to date your secretary. Morality is clearly not the core of this title, and perhaps you can take all the actions you make here as telltale signs of evil, or you can be one of the good ones. Despite the shifty conduct, it's actually a pretty full-featured title with sandbox gameplay that will keep you entertained for long. It has a gamer score of 9.62. Number 2, Wordy Word, Wordscape Free, and Get Relax. Word games never go out of style, and with Wordscape still being a go-to for word lovers, it never has a shortage of clones, and this is one of them.
Well done. Great.
It basically uses the same mechanics. Find all the words you can form from the given letters on the grid to complete the level. The only difference here is that this game has more than a few ads to serve up to for every completed level. It's not the greatest experience, and you'll probably be better off with another game, but by its basest mechanics and presentable visuals alone, it earned itself a gamer score of 9.98. Now for number 1 and the best free mobile game of May is SpongeBob Krusty Cook-Off. This is the only game that earned a full play score last May, and SpongeBob sure has had a lot of cooking for us. While it might not be too different from most cooking games, the added bikini bottom splash makes it worthwhile for any fan of the franchise. So I guess it's time to dive down into the waters and prepare all sorts of wacky dishes for your chums under the sea. Already released on the Android, this will be a welcome treat for any iOS users who want to put themselves in the shoes of the always enthusiastic sea sponge. It has a play score of 9.41. We keep track of all new games released on Android and iOS, so for more free-to-play titles, see you next month for another list of the best free Android and iOS games.